You know, when you are organizing and you make huge progress and then you get to the end and you have this like pile of stuff that just makes you want to rip your hair out and like run in the other direction, and you want to do it, but you look at it and you like shuffle it and then you walk away from it. Yeah, that's what we're here to solve today. So this pile is so common. It is like the dregs, and some personality types like it way less than others. But no one particularly likes it, because this random hodgepodge of stuff that's left when you've finished organizing is the stuff with no home. It's like, you know, you don't know where it goes. You don't know what it's doing. You don't know why you're keeping it, or you've kept it, but you're like, I don't want to keep it, or I do want to keep it, but I shouldn't keep it, right? Then we have all the feelings show up. And that's the tricky part, right? A big part of this is the feelings that show up that stop us from taking action. And this pile is like literally just the existence of this pile does it. And a lot of people will either, it does a few things, right? It robs you from feeling like you've completed your space. For one, you feel like, man, like you worked so hard and 99% of the job is done. But then all of a sudden there's this tiny little thing and it's like, never finish, right? So that's the first thing. It also robs your physical space because you can't actually, it's not actually done. You've got to shove this bag of stuff somewhere, right? So there's a space that's still cluttered up and kind of with a little added shame, because it's like, well, I almost did, but I didn't. And we want to eliminate that. We want to make it feel like when you organize something, it feels clean and clear and easy and strong, right? Maybe not easy. Maybe that's like a lot to ask for. It's probably a lot to ask for, but you know what I mean. Like, so what I want to do today is I want to deconstruct how to organize that pile of funky monkey stuff, right? That stuff that you don't know what to do with. It feels overwhelming. It feels stressful, that you want to shove in a bag and put into another room. And we are very, very fortunate today to have someone who is going to be organizing this with us. They're going to actually be talking through their own experience of this, so that for your demonstration, for your learning, she's going to basically demonstrate how she's going to organize it with my guidance, so that you can learn and hopefully apply this to your final doom pile that's sitting there waiting to be handled. So Sarah is joining us today, and Sarah is actually going to be talking through her closet of shame overflow. So hi, Sarah.
Hi, Star.
So I wanted to share just a little bit. So Sarah is part of our membership program, the Chaos to Come membership. And the month that we did the linen closet, she was ready. She like tackled, this was like her closet of shame, right? So I'm going to put up a picture. I'm going to share a picture right now, and then I'm going to let you tell me about it. So here is the before closet of shame. So tell us about this picture, Sarah, and about this closet for you.
So that closet is this ginormous closet in the hallway of my house. And when we moved in there, we moved into this house, we moved in 2010. I just stuffed stuff in there. Like if you look on the top right of the photo, the second shelf down, you'll see like a white bin. There's actually that bin, and there was another one in there, which I actually don't even see. But there were two bins in there that I think I literally just transported from my old house and stuck in there, and they stayed in there. And moving into this home, I had one child at that point, and maybe 6 months, 8 months after we moved into this home, I got pregnant with my second child. So toddler, second child. Anyone who's a mom knows that that's just like a cluster of a time frame anyway, with a toddler and being pregnant and then having a new baby. But then you top onto that challenging marriage / going into a divorce. And so for, I'd say 2010 to 2015, I just kept stuffing stuff in there. Stuff that I wanted to keep safe for my kids, stuff that was maybe, even random presents. You can see like one shelf was like linen stuff. The bottom shelf was bathroom stuff, which I now, having taken Star's class, those both fall into the linen closet category. Moving on up, my grandmother passed away right in that time frame, 2014. And so even if you look on the top, there is like my grandmother's Afghan that I took from her home. Some games were in there. You can see candles. You can see it, just like I stuffed it all as much as I could possibly stuff in there. And that is where stuff lived. I could barely get out the linens, but you know, it sort of functioned that way. And toiletries sort of functioned that way. But little did I know when I attacked that closet, I think in June, maybe May, June, somewhere in there, I'd be still sitting here in October with remnant piles, which honestly just completely pissed me off all this time. But at the same time, like life goes on, you know, I have children doing distance learning, you know, there's the day to day of everything, you know, just kind of took over. And as I told Star in our last membership call, I was going to move on to the garage because that's another place that has just, you know, piles of stuff. And I was like, no, stop. There's still these couple of bins that are of any place sitting in my flipping living room. And I was like, I want the living room cleaned out. Like, this is ridiculous. So then I deconstructed everything last Saturday. And that's usually when my kind of window of free time lately. And then it sat there. And then this past Tuesday, I said, Star, I have all these piles. And Star said, oh, let's, can you leave them there a couple more days and we'll do it together. And so this has been my phase for the last 5 days.
I know, it's like to get help is nice, but it's also kind of terrifying, right?
Right. Because even, I mean, I look at the piles now, they're on the floor and I'm just like, oh my God. Because this is, as I said on the call Tuesday, this is the part where I fail. And I'll probably for my entire life, I'll end up just putting it all into a box again and shoving it somewhere. And then when do I do that? You know, and I don't want to do that anymore. But like literally, I'm not kidding. It makes me like emotional. I'm like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah. What does it cost you? Like when you do this, how is it hurting you?
I don't know. You're the professional Star. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know because I mean, I have done things I think to completion or mostly to completion, but I think just looking at it is just overwhelming. And I think maybe just all the little bits. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, Star.
So what I hear from you is that something about looking at this and having to confront it creates a lot of anxiety inside of you and a lot of overwhelm. Is that right?
Yeah.
So at the very least, it's costing you peace of mind and ease and completion, right? For sure on those things. Yeah. So so before we get into the dregs fun that we're about to get into, we will show your magical after and before next to each other, which is pretty darn spectacular. Voila. Like
Yes.
Yeah, that feels good, right? When you look at that, it's like
it does. It feels so good. But listen, I'm not gonna shy away from anything now. I've stuffed stuff back in there.
What? No.
Not okay. Listen, not in like a stuffed way, but and just leading up to this call today, I think like I know everything that's in there and I know what it is and like, but I think I just need better systems. Does that make sense? Like,
Totally.
because like one big thing that you can kind of see in the photos, but not is I had ginormous amounts of books and I did go through all the books and I know what I have, but I have nowhere. My house is so tiny and I don't have enough bookshelves. So like one side I have is just books in stacks of that these are books to read. These are books that are keepsake books that I don't ever want to get rid of. These are, the bottom shelf I filled up with toiletries. So it's not like believe me, it's not at all what stuffed was maybe the wrong word, but one stack is like, photos that I need to file. One stack is like,
you're evolving the purpose of the closet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like that stack on the top left is still photos there. I have other framed photos that I don't necessarily want out per se, but I'm not ready to get rid of. So those are like in a stack. And then we actually talked about on a call, using space. Cause like if you can't really see it in the photo, but that space above there's just like 3 or 4 feet more of space on the top. So I need to build a system for like blankets and extra pillows and stuff that can just be up there. So like right now there's some pillows on the top because they're just sitting there. The bottom, I was really great about boxing up toiletries and things. They're all labeled. They're, so it's not, stuffed is the wrong word.
Yes. Well, we'll get into after, but this was the initial after. I like we can see both, right? So I like the initial
and that feels so good to me to look at that.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, and the truth is that it's like, we talk about this a lot in the membership, which is there's done enough, and then there's like dream done, right? Dream done might be like, contact paper on the shelves and painted back wall and plastic bins with labels for everything. And it's like, and the truth is that if you're waiting for dream, to feel finished, that's exhausting. Like that means you're signing up for like 3 projects in one, and it's a lot. So I love that this was like, you were like, I'm done, because it's a dramatic difference. It's a huge difference between the two. And then, so you made this dramatic change. And I remember when it happened, you said, I finished it, and you were so excited, and we celebrated. And then you were like, but there's still a little bit of stuff I haven't gotten to. Right. And so you're so good about being honest. And it's like, I think that's the first step, is being honest with ourselves, that it's like, yeah, I'm having a hard time with this. And it really is. It's why we're doing this class right now. It's like, this is a common challenge. Like, I was on a class this morning where 5 people said that this was a challenge for them. Like, this is a challenge for most people. So what I want to do is to basically show what's left. So I'm going to show the picture now. This was the remaining.
Right.
So what do you see when you see this? When you see this image, what do you feel, and what do you
It like makes me so anxious, like makes me want to scream. And I'm like just overwhelmed with all like the stupid little bits that, I mean, I feel like I'm usually pretty good at categorizing like the really easy like I have a stack. That's actually a project it's sitting there, but like it's a stack of DVDs and sadly VHS tapes, but I think some of them in there are like home video VHS tapes. So like, okay, they're in a stack. That's a category. So like I need to have, like a whatever window to do DVDs and VHS. So it's right there, done, right? And there was a bunch in that closet. But these little bits, there's like memorabilia. There's like, I did categorize it, but it's like a stack of gift cards, which are they good gift cards? Are they bad gift cards? Are they Starbucks cards? I don't know. So it's a stack of cards. Ugh. And then like I have 3 different bins of like shells and rocks. Like what the, like I think I want the shells and rocks. What am I going to do with the shells and rocks? Like I thought, oh, I could put them in like a shell and rock garden in the backyard, but have I done that? No, I don't know. They're just sitting there in bins. They have been for 4 months. This is what I think to those shells and rocks.
Thanks, shells and rocks. Well, yeah, and I mean, it makes sense that it's like, it triggers all those feelings. It's not about the stuff. It's about, what's wrong with me that I didn't create that garden? Why did I even take these? Now I'm giving myself more issues to deal with. Like, it's like the beating up process starts and is so strong, right? It's like, like, I can't believe I did this, and the heaviness and the weight. And then it feels like, it's like, this is always going to, and you even said that a little bit earlier. It's like, it's always going to be this way. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be, right? It's just, these skills are never taught. Like, you were literally never taught how to organize, probably, first of all. Like, most people were not taught how to get organized. And if you were like, blessed under a magical, moon that night.
A magical star Hansen tree.
A magical star, exactly. Next business name. But, and then even if you are good at organizing, it may not feel good to organize this kind of stuff. Like, this is a special kind of torture, right? Like, there's like, this is unique because it's like, it's hodgepodge and dregs. And what it asks is, when we're dealing with big stuff like linens, right? Linens are keep or get rid of, rid of. And if you keep them, you fold them and you put them in the linen section, right? Towels, keep, get rid of. Toiletries, keep, get rid of. Put them in the toiletry zone. This stuff is like, what it's begging of you is the question of like, do you have a system for me? Am I a bigger project? And the answer almost always is yes. There's either an emotional attachment to letting it go, or it requires a bit more focus and attention than you actually want to give it right now. So it's like, no. So that's really where it comes from. So we're going to go through it now. So thank you for sharing this. And so we're going to kind of reference some of the 10 steps talk. So we're going to do like a little 10-step shorthand. Some of the words we're going to use are specifically from our 10 steps program. But so one of the concepts that we go through a lot in the 10 steps program is choosing the easiest first, right? When you're looking at this giant pile of blah, like, well, let's actually like look at this. So Sarah's done a great job in that she's already categorized this stuff for the most part, right? There's like some broad categories that I see here. I see some books, I see some cards, I see some gift cards, I see some receipts, I see a pile of, I'm not sure what, but I trust that there's an idea in there, right? Like, I see some paperwork. And so there's some broad categories here, right? So that's the first thing we do, is we categorize, right? And then we go in and we evaluate each each one at a time. We can't do it all at once. We pick one. And my friend, how do we choose the first thing we work on?
Easiest.
Yes, the easiest.
Yay!
We're looking for a good cop out. Give me the easy one, right? So we're going to pick the easiest one first. So when you're looking around at this space, what is the easiest thing here? Would it help you to refine your categories more?
I mean, I guess probably, but like I said, the one kind of pile like on that right, I kind of just gave up on, I think, last weekend.
So when you have that minute, like I call it the F it, right? Depends on if you cuss or not, which F you, it can be forget about it, right? Or it can be the other one, but it's like you hit this moment where it feels so hopeless and you're like, oh, F it. Like I can't, like forget it. Like I can't, like, and you walk away from it, right? It's like, it's too
like
much.
I really want to walk away right now. Like I'm like, I'm going to go do some laundry.
Which is amazing. And it's like, it's such a good testament to like why having a partner in this is so powerful, because you can't walk away. I mean, you can, but you're probably not going to, right? You could totally hang up on me right now, but you're doing a great job sitting with the feelings, which is where we start with, right? It's great that you're able to name it and sit with it. So because within the categorization of this stuff, the overwhelm is hitting, right? I just want to eliminate anything easy. I want to eliminate any visual clutter that is possible, like anything that we can handle quickly and easy and get out of there so that we can get to that pile of chaos. So first and foremost, like what are the easy things you can do something about right now?
I mean, maybe put the gift cards in like a Ziploc bag all together.
Yeah. And where would you put them?
I don't know. Star hand.
Oh, that's where I'm here. That's where I'm a professional. So with gift cards, you want to pick somewhere that you would remember to use them. So like I used to like put them in my glove box. Like
that was actually, as you were just talking, I was like, put them in the car.
Smarty pants. Yeah, because you need them when you're out. You don't need them when you're home. And if you are shopping from home and you need one, you go and grab it. So you either put it by the computer where you would purchase things, or in your wallet where you'd use it, and make sure you label that Ziploc bag. So go ahead and do that now.
Okay.
Choosing the easiest thing first is just such a great strategy for handling this. When you're ready to walk away, you need to stop and pause yourself and say, what can I do something about, right? I can do something about the gift cards. I can do something about, that thing goes here, right? Look for the thing you can do something about. That's always your in, because there's something that, and you'll see after this, there will be something else. And the more that you find something, the more that your confidence builds and you feel stronger about it. So it's really important to keep looking for like, what can I do something about? Look at that. Look at that. All done. Beautiful. Yay. Okay. So then that goes out to the car right now.
Yeah. Don't just like throw it.
Yeah. That's because then you're cluttered.
Okay. So, but you know what I have to say? And like, I wonder if like, this is something with like the fear of organizing. Part of me is like, oh my God, what if someone steals my card and steals all my gift cards?
It might happen. It's true. It might happen. And that would be really freaking annoying. That would be like really, really annoying.
Yeah.
But the more annoying thing is that your car would be gone and you'd already be paying a deductible to pay that off. And you'd be having insurance cover the fees. So as long as you could give an assessment of what those gift cards were, you'd actually get reimbursed for them.
Okay.
So you literally just like snap a shot of them or do a quick inventory and save it somewhere in your phone.
Okay.
So yeah, so see how every fear has a solution. Every fear has a solution. So that's why we don't squelch the fear. And we also don't let it rule, right? So if we let the fear rule, then we're like, oh, it could get stolen. I'm bringing it back in the house and I'll put it somewhere I don't have anywhere. Crap, I'll put it here. I'm going to go Netflix. Like it's like, we're not resolving it. Where this, it's like, I have fear, but is the fear really founded? Yeah, the fear is founded. But so it's possible, but also like when we play it out, you're going to be okay, Yeah. So yeah. So, okay. So that's the first easiest. So what is the next easiest?
Poop bags for the cat.
Oh, for the cat. That was
unexpected. Well, because sometimes like I don't want to take the entire trash out. So I actually came up with this idea, which I never implemented, is just like have like, or, I could tie it so then it doesn't stink up the entire house.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't, but sometimes they just go in the trash, but
Yeah. So where's the cat box?
In the back hall.
And where would that, do you want to still try it?
I do. Yeah. That's why I saved these in my pile.
Okay. So put it where you'll use it.
Okay. I'm going to go put them. I go to find Post-its where I keep them. And of course, my children have taken every single last Post-it note pad and they're gone.
Kids are amazing creatures.
Then I'm like flushed with anger because I'm like, I had a spot. I had like 3 pads of Post-it notes and they're not there when I need a Post-it note, when I'm talking to Star Hansen.
It's hard. Living with other humans is very challenging because we can't control their behavior, right? And then like you end up getting stuck, and it's like, so always honor the feeling. Always be like, it's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel angry at your kids. It's okay to be frustrated that you don't have what you bought, where you put it when you got it. Like that's frustrating, right? So just like, we love the children and that's frustrating, like both, right? Both.
And I think that's a lot of my last, like, be honest, my last, 10, 12 years, like, I feel like all I do is clean up after everybody else. And then like this, like, it makes me want to light my hair on fire. Like actually, and I tried like something so simple and I'm like, wow, I couldn't even get a freaking Post-it note from the drawer.
Well, and that's why this stuff is difficult, because it's laced with those feelings. It's laced with that frustration and that annoyance and all these little bumps that we're hitting along the way. That's why it's frustrating, because it's not as easy as like towels go here. This is like, this is the equivalent of like trudging through the snow, like, or through mud, right? Like, so and how do we get through the mud? We just get through it one step at a time, right? One careful step at a time. So what's our next careful step?
I did separate all buttons and extra thread that comes with, like, you put out your extra buttons. So I have that pile.
Bag them up.
Bag them up.
Do they have an existing home in the house somewhere?
They do not.
Do you have a sewing area or a clothing area? Like
5? No, Star.
So here's the question you want to ask yourself when you have something that doesn't have a home. You want to say, if I was telling where is the first place I would look for this? Like if you were like, I know I have a button, where is the first place your brain says the button would be here?
The laundry room?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So label it. Yep. Yep, label it up, and then just remember there's no wrong. It's like, where is the first place you would look, and that's where it lives.
Okay. I like to watch Hallmark movies when I deconstruct. Mm-hmm. And even this morning I was like, trying to get a little more clarity here. And I was like, why doesn't my living room look like that? Why?
Let me tell you why. Because you are not a fake set with a stager and a whole crew that's job is to make it look like that.
But I've been to people's houses that it looks like that.
It's true. It's totally true. Yep. You can have a house that looks like that too. It doesn't right now, but it can if you want it to. But I also know that you're an incredible mom who takes time with your kids, and you make being a good mom a higher priority than having a clean house. And I think you're making a better choice personally. I think you're on point. You're on track. All right. Next easiest thing.
Okay. Cards. I have a card spot.
Do it. So what I want you to do is I want you to spend the next 5 minutes. We're going to time you. Okay. I'm going to time you for 5 minutes, and I want you to spend the next 5 minutes putting anything away that is easy to put away. Anything that has a home, put that stuff away.
Okay.
So that's literally for 5 minutes, all you're going to do starting now. Awesome. So how long do you think that took you?
Like 11 minutes.
Yeah, around there, like 13 minutes, just like, yeah, about a little bit longer, but you did it. Like you were in it and you kept going. And how hard did that feel?
I mean, not hard, but you know what I'm realizing? I think a big problem is like, putting stuff near where I think it should go. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm realizing, and I think this is a big thing, is I've never had, but I still don't have great systems set up. And I think that's where I'm getting stuck.
Yeah.
At the end. And like, I think I've known that for a while, but I think that's why in every single freaking project, I never get to completion, even though I'm working for like a year. which honestly, that makes me like sad. That makes me feel like defeated. Like I'm
Yeah.
frustrated.
Yeah. It makes sense that you're frustrated. It totally makes sense that you're frustrated.
And you know, like even the living room, like it's like I use this space. Obviously it's our living room, but like I'm just so frustrated. Just, you know, I don't know.
It does feel defeating to not feel like you have proper places to put it. And why would I, it's like, and it does feel like, well, I'd have to start a whole new project or I haven't finished. And that's why the membership exists, because it's like, we can't do our whole home in 1 week. We can't, like, and in fact, most people that I work with in person, it takes them a year to 2 years to get their entire home done. So like and that's with me by their side, helping them
Right.
strategize this clutter. So it's like, be patient with yourself, like, and why it's, like, you're doing a great job and you're doing this and you're doing big projects, right, that are yielding you free space and openness and clarity with your family. There's going to be the parts that you've done that feel amazing, and then there's going to be the rest of the house that feels like a chaotic mess. And like, part of it is accepting it, like, let it be, like, because that chaos is your tomorrow projects. That chaos is not your today project. So that's why we don't go and start a new project. We put it as close to where you think it might be as possible, even if that means you're mucking it up a little bit more, because it's not done. And like, I'm more concerned if you were to add clutter to completed areas, right? That's more like, and so if you're just, adding a bag of buttons to your laundry room isn't going to make it's not going to like make or break, like, we were fine until that bag of buttons, it's like, but all the things you're feeling make sense. And like, you just have to honor that, because like, it is this hopeless feeling, that like F it feeling, where it's like, why bother? Why bother? Like, why would I go through this? It's too minuscule to matter. But this minuscule stuff matters. It really does. It adds up. It's like, how we do anything is how we do everything. So the fact that there's a part of you that wants to shove part of yourself in a bag in a closet you never look at again, no, you deserve better than that. You don't deserve to be shoved in a bag and ignored and not seen. And that's exactly what's happening in this phase of your life, right? You are keeping the house and making sure the kids are okay. And who's taking care of you? It's the same thing,
Crickets.
right? It's the same thing. Like, but if you want that to change, you have to be the one that changes it. No one's going to sweep in. Like, your kids aren't going to be like, "Oh, we're 12. We'd love to be altruistic now." It's like, that's like, kids aren't built that way, and like, and no man on a steed is going to ride in and be like, "I shall save you, damsel." Like, it's like, you are the thing that is going to save you. I am the thing that is going to save me. And like, you saying this bag of buttons matters, because I'm not willing to clutter myself with things that are too scary to look at. Like, you're worth looking at. Like, this is scary stuff, but you're worth looking at, and you're worth having that home, because some of it is going to go away. Some of it's going to make sense, and you're going to be so glad you could find those buttons. And, and other things, yeah, maybe you'll get rid of when you do the next pass at the laundry room or whatever it is, right? But like, you matter, and this matters. And I don't care if it takes until noon tomorrow. I've never had a client that it took until noon the next day, by the way, but it could, and that's okay. And you have to lean in.
I mean, yeah, I think too. I think you're right. Like having a time limit, that's a really successful action. Like even this, I'm like, oh my God, it's like, I got it. How much can I do? Like, so that was super helpful. But like, why do I have these? I don't know.
So if you don't know why you have them and you don't know why you got them, can you let them go?
Okay. So my first instinct is yes. But then I have a son who loves all this crap, like making stuff out of it. Like that's his pastime. So what I do, just fit in like a pile for him. Like this, this is to a broken umbrella. And it was in the Goodwill pile or the whatever giveaway. He's like, no, I'm going to use that. And he literally legit does makes like these free time.
So make like a creativity, like a creative sprockets box for him, right? So yeah, so start like a pile. So we're okay to start piling. I wanted you to get some of the stuff out of the way so that you could breathe. And we've done that. So now, so no, as a whole, I don't normally tell people go and run things to other rooms when they're first getting started, but I wanted you to have some free space. So we created that. Now you've got it. So now we're going to start creating piles, like a pile to go into the other room, a pile for your son's like creative sprocket.
Look, 2 more shells into the shell pile.
What's up with the shell? Do you want to let them go, send them back to the ocean?
I would love to, like, I have a little pathway along the driveway. There's like a nothing space, just like a little patch of dirt. Like,
Like, you know, could we put like the shells that we collected there? Or like, is that like a project? Like, what do you suggest doing with something like that?
So it's kind of cool if you have somewhere that you can put them now that you and the kids can add to on a regular basis, right? Like if it's like, oh, we already have this spot of dirt and like we can just put them there. And then anytime they get one, it can come here and it feels really good. And they're part of it immediately. And it doesn't take a project. Like you're a single mom who's raising 2 kids. Like when would you really realistically do a shell project, right? 2 years, 6 years, 3 months? Like,
But I mean, honestly, that would be something that we could totally do in the afternoon to get the F out of the house and stop staring at screens. So like,
yeah.
I just like, I think that's maybe like, I mean, would I make like a list of projects that I want to do, or like how?
Yeah, you can do a list of projects. You can put those in a craft area, right? So that's kind of like a craft. So you'd put it in like a craft or art zone if you already have that in the house somewhere. And then
Okay.
literally like, yeah, like create a little project list of what are fun projects that you would want to do with the kids, or schedule, or you know what can be really helpful is do it this week. Like
Okay.
don't wait for some day. Be like, okay, Monday is someday, some day is Tuesday. Like claim a day now so that it's not like being put off. It's like we're going to get started because it's always a good day to get kids' faces away from the screen.
I will just stand up for a second and I'll go put these by the front door to go outside.
Excellent.
I gotta say, Sir Hanson, it's already a lot clearer and it feels a lot better, which makes me cry. I don't know why.
So breathe into that, like allow it.
Cry. I don't know. This dog reminds me of Bear. I had a dog named Bear. And I have two little, a black one and a white one. It's funny because I don't know, like I don't want to get rid of the poodle bear. So where does he go?
So probably either in memorabilia or on display.
Okay. But I do have, like I said, I do have a memorabilia bag. Yep. You see, fun item in there.
Oh, the 40th. So here's the truth. The truth is that it is rare that we complete when the whole house has some residual clutter. It is rare that we do it one room at a time and it's done. Generally, we have to do it and then we have to literally go back through it again because.
And that's where I think honestly, like I've just gotten so frustrated. Like, I mean, I feel great. And like, honestly, like I said, there's other things that I've stored in that closet, but I've kept that closet. I know exactly what's in there. And I've never been able to say that in 10 years. So bathroom, I did that, like even, you know, a pile of stuff piled up and I kind of corralled it and like a lot of it's kid stuff. And I'm like, okay, we'll just, but like nothing is out of place in the bathroom.
Right.
So but I think what's hard is when I just have these other spaces like my room and the living room and the kitchen, then when I deconstruct, you know, say my room or even now, like the living room, well, this, like I said, this is a residual from the closet, but then I just get so frustrated because I didn't finish. And then I guess maybe it's like a shame spiral or I beat myself up that why can't I just sit down and finish? Even though every weekend I'm doing something.
Right. And if you keep doing something, eventually you're going to be done and the house is going to be done. It may not be perfect. It may not be like Home and Gardens perfect, right? But it's going to be done. And then because you're in the membership, you're going to hit those places again. And then you're going to fine tune it and be like, oh, I have a Ziploc bag of this stuff in there. I want a box instead. Or, oh, wow, actually that belongs in here instead. You know, it's like then, and it's so much easier the second time around because the second time around tweaks. The first time around is like, heavy lifting and density and moving through fog and whereas the next time it's like it's going to be easier. So I think part of it is letting go of the perfectionism of no, that's done, I can't go in there. And like it's way more about where do you look for it, where do you need it to be when you need it, like what makes sense in your house for you to feel the strongest and most functional, because we can adjust a space, you know, we're just choosing to not do it now because we'd be starting 15 new projects, right? So that's all. We're just putting it as you have carte blanche to put it as close to where home will be as possible, even if that means adding a little, like you might put a box in the hall closet of like systems to create, and then it goes in there. And then maybe that's a project that comes up for you in the next month or two, right?
Okay. Well, that's, yeah. Write that down.
Yep.
Green piece of paper, because I like green. Why do I need this?
You don't need it,
Your
but
face. Maybe do a craft with it.
Which face?
See, you know what it is? This is what's hard. And you know what? Everyone who thinks this is the part that's embarrassing because you're like, why do I just not throw the green piece of paper away?
Yeah, but nobody is watching this video who's not also holding their own version of a green piece of paper. Like, it's just the truth. Like, it's like, if you're watching this, you probably have your own, and they're shaking their heads right now and saying yes. And like, you're not alone, Sarah.
Well, and I think a bunch of this stuff too is like, why did I save it in the first place? So then I try to think about it. And I'm like, well, why did I save it? There must be a reason why I saved this piece of paper.
So a lot of clutter is abundance, right? It's oftentimes an expression of lack or abundance. So lack is like, oh, I need this, I may not get it again, right? Or abundance could be, this could totally be useful. Oh my gosh, I can completely use this.
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's great. And the truth is that, like, in this ideal world where you have this ideal home, you would have an arts and crafts area, and you would have a house for extra paper. So if you came
I
across,
actually do have an arts and crafts area.
so that could,
Should I put that there?
yeah. Oh,
So
I feel like it's an ex-boyfriend story coming. I feel
ex-husband.
a
Yeah.
Tiffany's bag. I feel a Tiffany's
Well,
bag.
no, that's the thing. It's not a Tiffany's bag. That's what was sad. It was like an ex-husband who I think was trying to do a nice thing to get jewelry, but ordered it online. Nothing that I would ever wear. But I think, you know, he was really trying with the faux Tiffany's bags.
Yeah.
But, you know, but stuff I would never wear. But then, of course, my daughter came along and she's like, oh, I want that. So I'm like, I don't know, do you just let her have it? It's her problem now.
Yes, unless it's something that feels really negative. If it's like
honestly, it really doesn't. This is one of the few things that I'm like, oh, he tried.
So yeah, let her have it. Like, that's, you know, like, I think it's reasonable. You keeping it is not necessarily the thing, right?
Yeah. Spare keys. Spare keys.
Oh, where do you keep spare keys in the house?
I don't. That's it. So that's what I'm realizing, Star. I think that's a huge problem of mine. Like, there's so many little baby systems that I just don't think of.
Yeah. So the kitchen junk drawer is a big one for extra keys. The kitchen junk drawer.
Right, but that I did through, and we've somewhat. I mean, it's a little unruly right now, but it's stuck with its categories. That was one of the first projects I did. Yeah. So I don't want it there. So I mean, another Ziploc bag.
It can be in a Ziploc bag, and then it can go with office supplies, or it can go with tools, or it can go in the I'm trying to think of all the places that I've seen it live. It can go in the hall closet. Like, there's a lot of places that it could live.
Okay, that's jewelry. That's okay. That goes. Oh man, another button. Damn it.
It's okay. You got a pile going.
Where's my button?
Put it on the shoulder pad. Yeah, put it on the shoulder pad. That's
there. It is. Okay. I don't know.
So describe to me a time when you think you would use it. Play out that scenario.
That's the thing. I don't know.
So make one up. You're creative. Make one up.
If I'm like alone out, you know, somewhere. Or like, again, my kids might use it. Oh my God, I'm turning into my mother. Damn it.
So noticing that pattern is being generationally handed down is really, really important.
Yeah.
It's super important. And it's really serious, right? Because like, you don't like that was handed to you, and now you're handing it to someone else. So like, you get to choose to stop this here. You really do. And it might be uncomfortable, and you get to choose.
All right. Because sometimes I do go for runs alone at night.
Yeah. So what do you take with you when you go for your runs at night?
I put, and it's funny because, like I said, this is something, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do this with everything, but I just put like a little, you know, belt on and like my headphones and my phone.
So can you put it with your belt and then remember to throw it around your neck when you go for a run?
Okay. Yes, I will.
So I'm going to pause you for 1 second. So pause. Yeah. And I want you to just breathe for a minute. Just take some nice deep breaths. You're having some big revelations. You're making some really good progress. You're almost to the end. You're so close. You feel it? Yeah, you can feel it. So take a couple more deep breaths, like so deep you think your lungs are going to explode. Yeah, give me a couple more. So when you get emotional, when it feels intense, that's when we want to stop and breathe, right? So common things that I hear, right? You having that epiphany of like, wow, I'm handing this over. Like that's a lot to sit with. That's a lot to just acknowledge and be like, oh, wait. But also like all the other feelings, like the feelings that you keep naming, which is, this is so stupid. This stuff is so ridiculous. Why do I have, like, Sarah, every client I have ever worked with ever says says a version of that exact same thing. Like, I can't believe I have to pay somebody to sit here with me to do this. I can't believe I have all this stuff. What's wrong with me? That's why if you look at my face when you're saying that, I'm not reacting because I hear it all day long. If it was true, maybe I'd be like, oh my gosh, so I'm so sorry that you have to, like, this is a feeling you're having. It's your body trying to be like, this is uncomfortable. Get me out of here.
It's so effing uncomfortable. Like literally. Hey, look, I happen to leave tissues here.
Oh, look at that. There's
See,
your,
this where the clutter is helpful.
there's a solution, and always in the clutter. The clutter has the solution.
And that's it. It's like I mean, obviously that's what you do for a living, but like it's like shameful that like this stuff isn't easy.
It is not easy for anyone. It's easy for 2% of the population, and we're professional organizers. Most people don't find this easy. Like, it's just the truth of it. And there's
like literally everything in my body is like, I want to drink, like I want to get out of here, like I'm sweating.
Yep. Because every single object is loaded with a feeling, a belief, an assumption. Like, it's loaded. We're not talking about neutral items right now. We're talking about you beating yourself up. Every single thing is a landmine. Of course you want to run and hide. Like, of course you do. And you are being a badass who's not running and hiding. I know I have no judgment on running and hiding, because there's times where that feels like a relief, but you're not. You're choosing to sit with me. You chose to say, yes, I'll show up for this super uncomfortable session, and you're doing it. And that's amazing.
Why does it make me so sad? I don't know. Or frustrated.
Is it a happy sad or a sad sad?
Probably both.
My guess is that it's two. There's maybe a part of you that's beating yourself up, and a really tender, sweet part who's happy you're finally paying attention to her. Like both. She feels seen. She's getting attention. She's getting care. She's being heard, right? Like these things, you're not shoving these down, and you're not shoving your feelings down or shoving these objects into a bag to put away to deal with sometime, right? You're confronting this right now. You're confronting generational clutter. You're confronting shame. You're confronting grief. You're confronting uncertainty. That's all this is. You're riding the wave, and instead of running from it, you're facing it and finding a solution. Your brain and your body does not know the difference between you closing this cycle of acceptance with the jewelry that your ex-husband gave you and allowing that to live on with your daughter, and accepting any other difficult circumstance. Your brain's not like, that's a small acceptance. Your brain is like, acceptance, click. We are in acceptance mode. Like, you are doing powerful things for all of yourself. Every ounce of your being is benefiting from this tiny little thing. This is a therapeutic process where you are really like, you're cleaning house internally and you're showing up for yourself. It makes sense.
Look at me. I put the tissues on the ground. I was like, no, they go in the bag.
It's working. It's working.
Thank you, Star. No, I just like, yeah, no, what she said. This, I don't know why. I think it was like one of those, like, trash. Look at what I threw something away.
I'm so proud.
This is a cup, I think. A cup.
Are we going down trash? Are we going down donation? Are we going down generational clutter? Are we going down things that...
I know they'll use it, but part of me, like, that's where, again, a struggle. I don't want to keep it. You know what I mean?
You don't have to keep it. So here's the thing. If you got rid of everything in your son's pile of like fun gadgets, and you got rid of your daughter's potential enjoyment of the little cup, I promise you they have enough of both. I don't know the house right now, but I promise you they have enough of both that they're not missing it. Like, they could use it and they could make it useful, but their life is full without it.
That's true.
So you're trying to like save the world by finding a good home for these, which could go to your kids, but then you're actually giving them a future task, because they might use them, but then they're eventually going to have to get rid of them. So you could stop it, and you could just say, no, I'm not doing that. We're going to move it on.
Oh, Star.
I know.
That's a tricky one. Okay, I'm going to circle back to that one. No?
Mm-mm. I love that you know that. You're like self-correcting because you know. Gotta stay in while it's hot. Some personality types need a minute to think, but I think you need I think you need to dig in. That's what I'm thinking with you.
Okay, my struggle here, and again, you might have to edit this out. This one might be a little too personal, but not like my mom was ever gonna watch this. But I have had a lot of, and not just my mom, but some my ex-husband too. Hey, we'll just go for it. I had a lot of stuff that people. I mean, I still have dreams. Like I've had dreams even this week of people like just taking my things and not honoring them and not honoring like my journey and going through it.
Yeah.
So like part of me is like, I don't, and I think I'm trying to find the line of balance with that as a parent, but I don't want anybody to ever do that to them because I have such like wounds about that.
Yes. It's wrong for someone else to get rid of your stuff. It's absolutely wrong. It's not okay on any level. And in fact, they show that when like people who are, and this is not you, but just in general, like when you look at people who have hoarding tendencies, if someone comes and does a cleanup, I think they put in 50% more, or it's 50, like it literally, it's like it accumulates so much more and so much faster when that happens. But I think that's for all of us because something was taken from you that was out of your choice, that was your choice, that should have been your choice, but it wasn't. So it makes sense. It totally makes sense that I want to validate that is true. You getting rid of your kids' stuff without their knowledge is not necessarily helpful. And there is a time where they don't notice. And then there's a time where they definitely notice. And your kids, I think, are both in the time where they would definitely notice. So
Yeah.
it's an evolved and healthy thing that you are saying that that's not okay because it happened to you and it's not okay that it happened to you and it shouldn't happen to anybody. And those don't belong to them. Those are things
I know what you're gonna say. I'm like, I don't like.
I'll go home. Bye. No, like, but they're things that you, but do you see how the things that you collected are blending with this old wound, and it's making the things that you collected hard to let go of because they feel attached and grooved in with with this other thing. When the truth is,
Right.
you have some objects that might be useful to your kids. They're not your kids, they're yours, but they could be useful to your kids, mixed with no one should ever have their stuff thrown away. No one should be violated in this way. And you've had them make a baby, and the baby looks like a pile of clutter in front of you, right? And you can choose to keep it. And all you're going to do is move that baby from room to 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 room. Or you can say, this ends here. Like, I have this sense of that it's not okay to throw someone else's stuff away. This is my stuff. I'm making the choice that I'm not passing this clutter to my kids.
That's the problem, Star. Half of this stuff isn't my stuff in these piles.
Then it goes back to, if it's not their, if it's their stuff, it goes to them. We have to find autonomy with kids. Like, they have to be able to manage their own stuff. So they get to handle their stuff. You get to handle your stuff. Right. But when you're thinking, I have stuff that I could give them that could be useful, you're trying to save the world by cluttering your kids.
Right.
And that's where we're trying to draw the line. And it's not about, I mean, I don't care if those glasses go to your son and that cup goes to your daughter. I'm not affected by this, but it's about the bigger issue, which is, the handing down of this, and then they're going to do it to their kids. And it's like, so do we want it to stop? Yes. Like, I hear and I see in you that you want it to stop, but and you can want it to stop and feel uncomfortable stopping it. You can stop it and still be uncomfortable with it. It doesn't have to be exclusive. Like, you don't have to be like, I feel okay. You might not ever feel resolved not passing things over because that belief was given to you. And so, and it's blended with that wound. And so you can be uncomfortable and donate it or throw it away wherever it needs to go. And let me just caveat this. You will get rid of something that you will regret. You're going to get rid of something.
Yeah, I know.
So like, that's not future evidence. Like, that's not me being a psychic. That's me saying that's inevitable. Like, I got rid of my cap and freaking gown. Like, who does, I still regret that choice. I don't even remember doing it. I'm like an over purger and I regret it. And guess what? My life is not injured. The worst thing about that is that I beat myself up for getting rid of my cap and gown. Right. I have never needed to wear my cap and gown. Where am I going to wear it? Like, I'm going to wear it for Halloween this year? Like, what? No. Like, but it's the idea. And so it's like, we really have to mind our mind. Like, you are going to get rid of something that your son in 3 days is going to come to you and say, Mom, if only I had a stick that was like from that umbrella and I could use, and you're going to be like, ah, and it will make you want to keep everything else. Let it go anyways. Let it go anyways. Because in not every case, if you are a super crafter and you have this craft room and you have all this room to store all this stuff, that's one thing. But if you're in a limited amount of space and you're battling generational clutter, we're picking the right fight. We're not picking the fight of, oh, I need to like, we could use that. It's totally useful. We're picking the fight of, we want to heal generational clutter. And so I'm choosing that battle over, can I repurpose everything I've ever come across? It's a choice that you're making.
Okay.
And the healthiest choice that you could make, I think.
Okay. This goes with my work stuff. Right. Yeah. But
do I let you keep thinking about those objects for your son and daughter, or do we handle those?
Well, okay. The cup I am going to keep because I know she, like, literally, I just bought a new cup almost exactly like this at Spirit Halloween that she wanted to drink out of. So that's why, okay, I'm keeping the cup. Well, the other thing is, like, can you see it on the thing, that mystery pile?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what to do with that yet.
So so we're not leaving this until you decide.
I want to keep that mystery pile for, literally, he has a bin of stuff that he uses to craft with stuff. Like, it's a bin.
So how do you know when you've hit your limit of moving things to him in that way? How do you know when you've given him enough?
That's literally all, though.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Can we make an agreement, though? Can we make an agreement that if that bin gets full, then any new stuff is either one in, one out, or it's gone?
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay with that. As long as there's limits. There can be the creative box of sprockets, but like, I want there to be some solid limits so that it doesn't become an infinite, this is useful, you handle it, son.
Yes. There's another one of these somewhere.
Is it a baby booty?
That. Yeah, it's a baby booty.
Is it a memorabilia baby booty or like a donate baby booty?
I think it was something that I used with my kids, or I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's memorabilia or I don't know.
So if you don't remember, is it that important to keep?
I think it might have been like somebody made it for my kids. I don't know. That's the problem. Like,
what are the chances that you have that other baby booty somewhere?
I do. I know I do.
So, okay. So here's what I do when I'm organizing a house.
Yeah.
When I'm organizing a house, I create a question mark box, a box that is literally labeled with a giant question mark on it. And anything that is just like that, where you're like, I think I have it, I don't know, like the random pieces of hardware that you're like, this goes to something, I know I'm going to regret it the minute I get rid of it. You put it in that question mark box or bag. And then when you're done organizing the whole house, you go through that box and whatever hasn't been used gets thrown away.
One box, question mark.
One box or bag, put a question mark on it, and then put it either with your organizing supplies or in like a utility area, somewhere that like is like a good safe house that you can find easily.
Do that right now though. Get that box down. Okay.
Do it.
I want this monster guy, but I can't get him off the chapstick. I'll just throw the chapstick away and then try to get the monster guy out.
Yeah.
Also sat at my desk. A lot of these little things were like things that like sat on my desk or something pre me overhauling my life into mom mode in this house. So like that's why I think this is like why I left it, because all these like little, I won't say the word, I stopped myself. I didn't say it.
Good job. It's so what I'm hearing from this is like a time capsule of a time that was really good for you. Like this is a time capsule of a time you really loved that was like really beautiful, and that you like a little part of you, like, I don't know about longs for, but just like really romanticizes or really enjoyed. And there is something about like, you knew who you were in that chapter of your life. And when you see these things, you remember her, like, and you feel like her, right? It's amazing how we can feel like home from looking at an object. Some candies that sat on your mantle remind you of who you are. So it's more than just keeping the stuff. It's like, this is a beautiful, and in some of the stuff, yeah, if it's not going to be perishable, put it in your memorabilia. You'll probably look back at it when you're 80 and feel that joy of your 20s. You know, you're going to remember those moments, like honor it, celebrate it. That might feel better to you than like romance letters from your husband, you know, like it's true. It's like there was a part of you that thrived in that time that you love, that you're trying to go back to in this period, you know? So it's like, we don't have to purge that stuff. We just have to know why it's here, honor, celebrate it, and, you know, and find a way to bring it into the next chapter.
Okay. This was one of the final things I find. It's a little rock that says, I know exactly what to do.
Yes, you do.
More tears.
Yeah. That is a reasonable response to showing up for yourself after years of not being able to.
Okay, I don't know what this goes to. I think it goes to your frame. I don't care. I'm throwing it away.
Oh, we hit it. The other F it level. You hit a point when you're working on stuff. Like, it's why we do things in one fell swoop like this. You gotta just
no, and I've been doing it. I just like, I think part of it is just not beating myself up. I get it. All I know is I will say public service announcement. I'm so glad I'm in the membership because like, again, like that's where I can keep, you know, it keeps me on track. Like I just want to tell everybody that it's so cathartic to be able to come back to that place. And whatever stupid movie I watched today, but they said, you know, practice makes not perfect, but progress.
Yeah.
And that's so, I mean, yeah.
Did you literally just finish?
Star Hand said, yeah.
Stuff?
One mystery bag, but that was just has a memento keepsake in it. And then I'll just put the bag in the Christmas stuff, but it's memento.
Yay.
Actually, a bag in there, but yeah, it was my mom gave me ruby red slippers that said in the little note says, click 3 times to go home to the strong, good, loving center of you, a mom.
And that was the last thing you found today.
Okay, here, I'm going to flip you around so I can actually see you for a second. Oh my gosh. Here.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm so grateful for you.
So you're not done?
I'm not. No, I was gonna just turn on the light so I can actually talk to you for a second. My broken lamp. Okay. There. Okay, I can actually see you.
I want to have you run and put all of that stuff away in the homes that they go to in 5 minutes or less.
5 minutes? Darn it, I thought I was gonna do that later.
There is no later. Carpe diem, mama. Carpe diem.
Oh, fine, I'm setting it back up. Can you see it?
Yep, I can see it. And go. Oh, look at that. It took you just under 15 minutes to put all that away. Look at that sexy blank floor. Wow.
Oh my God, dude. Why is that so hard, Star?
It's hard.
Wow.
How do you feel?
Like seriously, like I gave birth and I did give birth to 2 children. So this really isn't, but I mean, I guess.
So before you launch and tell me, what are 3 kind things that you can say to yourself about what you just did?
I didn't give up, even though all I wanted to do was give up. So I persevered. Mm-hmm. I persevered. I deserve to be given to.
Yes, you do. And it is safe to receive.
Tissue for the thing.
That's the 3rd one.
I did what I set out to do today.
You had integrity with your word. Yep. Absolutely. I'm super proud of you. You did so great. You did so great.
I guess I don't know. It's funny. I don't know why I still like have a hard time. Like, why is it so hard, Star? Like, why is it so hard to do that?
Because
I don't know.
It's not about the stuff. It's about because you are giving birth to you. You couldn't have handled this until this chapter, this moment in your life where you're ready to make some changes, and you're making the changes by changing your house, and you're claiming yourself by changing your house, and you're you're choosing yourself by changing your house. And that's why it's emotional, because it's not about cleaning up the stuff. It's about you bringing the pieces of your past into the present, you letting things go that don't belong here anymore, you moving things forward with you, and you saying like, I'm letting go of anything that doesn't serve me. And I'm giving to myself the best. That's why it's you're giving birth to yourself. So you're in birthing yourself.
Wow. Well, what do I say? I'm so grateful. I mean, and like, I think a big takeaway, like, cause I don't think I've never done that. I mean, just so you know, I don't think I've ever done that, like gotten past that, those last bits.
And we've never worked together. We've never done a session together like this either. Yeah.
So I think like just for me, I don't know, like the fact that I took the time to write down the things that I didn't finish or, didn't like I said, the couple of things that I want to do. I think that was a really successful thing. And also like the time limit. I mean, obviously, yeah, you do this all the time, but like, I don't think I've ever done those things for myself in finishing. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
And it always feels, like when you were like, we're going to be here until tomorrow. That's never true, but it feels true in the moment. And there's something about, you just got like, you always get to where you're going. You just got to keep pushing through it. Like the resistance is trying to take you off the path. And your job is to acknowledge, hey, what's up, resistance? Keep going. Hey, like you did so beautifully, Sarah. You showed up, you faced the hard stuff, you named the hard stuff, you did it in a public way, which is like most people I would imagine would rather rip their own skin off than do it recorded.
It felt like that. It felt a little bit like that, but I know, like, and that's the thing. I think I know I'm definitely at the point where I've come so far with you over the last year that I know what the other side is. Like sometimes I'll just go hide in the bathroom because it's like the one place that's like totally clean. And I even bought a plant. I might have said that, but
look at you didn't say that.
Plant in the bathroom. I was going to take a picture for it, but yeah,
do it. Yes.
But I did, and I think that's the other thing too. It's like letting go of the perfect. Like I was like, I need the perfect plant, and I was like, you know what? No, just because I went there and looked, and I was like, these ones aren't perfect one time, and then I went back again because I needed something else, and I was like, do I really need to have the perfect plant? Can I just get a plant?
Yeah.
And so I did get a plant, but I think, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm so grateful. It's like a ball of mush. I'm a mushy. It's so funny though. Like, I feel like even I was like, oh, I need a drink. Oh, I gotta get, like, it's like, it like hurts to be in your skin kind of. So crazy. Yeah. Like, what is that about stuff?
It's about being present with ourselves. It's being present with ourselves. It's why checking out is so common, because it's so uncomfortable to be present with ourselves. And you were just looking at a 3D version of you, many, like dozens of 3D versions of you. So,
wow.
You did beautifully. So tonight I want you to do something really loving for yourself. If you want to have a drink, it's fine. Have a drink because it feels good. Not because you want to hide from something, right? The worst is over. Like you did the worst. There's no other version. The trash is taken out. The recycling is taken out. Everything is put away. It looks beautiful. It's complete. You did an amazing job. Do something that feels great. Watch a show that you love. Drink something that feels good to you. Like go for a walk. Call someone you love. Like you deserve to take a second. And honestly, just when we end this call, just take 5 minutes to sit in this. Don't run and do anything else. Just literally set a timer for 5 minutes and just sit in it. Sit with the feelings, sit with the joy, sit with the disbelief, sit with the awe. Like just sit with it and then go do something to celebrate what you did today, because it is no small feat. Like it's really a big deal.
Sorry, it's starting.
You rock. You did
great. You rock. Thank you for doing this. I mean, like, wow.
You're welcome. And then I'm curious, when you go and you do that next box, which I would like for you to do in the next couple days, when you go and you work on that next minutia pile, track how long it takes you to do.
Okay.
And track if it feels easier or harder than this one. My guess is easier because we've laid we've laid a foundation of what happens. You have new categories now, you have new rules now, right?
Okay.
And you thought that this project would take you an hour and a half or 2 hours was initially what you had said to me. And it took us 2.5 hours. That's not very long. Like, that's not long at all. Like, that's not off the mark from what you were thinking. And if you're not talking it out with me the whole time, if you're processing it within yourself, it's probably going to go a lot faster. You might be able to do it in an hour or an hour and a half. So
Okay.
like, it takes a little bit longer the first time we do it because we're talking through things, but try it and just see, like, notice what it is, and give yourself that 2-hour window and just enter and exit,
Okay.
but nothing gets left for later. Nothing gets left there's no, I'll put that in the car tomorrow, I'll put that away later. Nope. Right then. It's all part of the session.
Okay. I think that's my biggest.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's part, like, you don't do it until it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am
so hard.
proud of you. I'm so proud of you, though. You did so great. You did great.
Okay. All right.
5 minutes, celebrate, party like a rock star. I am so proud of you. I hope you're proud of you, because you deserve to be proud of you.
I am.
Good.
Yeah, I am.
You just gave birth. Congratulations, Mama.
Thank you. I have a clean living room floor.
Mm-hmm. You do. And a clean closet that doesn't have an outstanding balance somewhere. You have a clean closet that doesn't have an outstanding balance. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
You're learning how to finish things and show up for yourself and have integrity with your word. You're doing that.
Okay. I love you so much. I'm so grateful.
I love you too. I'm grateful for you too. And I am really, really proud of you.
Thank you, honey.
You did so great. Thank you. Bye.